Righty then, preview time. Manchester United have to go to Leipzig, needing only a point to put us in the hat for the next round. A win, obviously, is good and results dependent. We can end up topping the group if we do get a win, but we only need a point. And I don't like that we only need a point because I find that as a dangerous position to be. I think when we've got our backs to the wall, we seem to pull out the best out of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and this Manchester United side. But it is only a point that we need. Now, I think United go into this game with a little bit of confidence, thinking that, do you know what, if we go a goal down, who gives a fuck? We are unbelievable after going a goal down. We can definitely get back into games, and maybe sometimes we need an early rattling. Maybe we can let them go close without actually scoring. Leipzig drew 3-3 this weekend with Bayern Munich, and obviously, if they don't win, they do not qualify either with Manchester United this week. So it's a big game for both sides. Let's have a look how they're going to line up then. So Julian Nagelsmann is known for a versatile tactical approach, and he's used 7 different formations in the Bundesliga and Champions League this season, which makes it a little difficult to forecast how he's going to set Leipzig up. Now, they lined up in a 3-1-4-2 against United in the 5-0 twatting that they got in match day 2, but Nagelsmann has been going more for the 4-2-3-1 more often than a 3-at-the-back system in recent weeks, and I think that probably gives us an idea on how they're going to rock and roll it this week. Here's how I expect Leipzig could line up, with Upamecano being banned after picking up yellow cards in the group stage so far. I do think it'll be Galazzi in net, with Mukiel, Konate, Angelino probably making up the most of the back four, and I think it'll be Orban that comes in replace of Upamecano, who obviously is banned for this one. I think Kevin Campbell and Sabitzer are likely to make up a very dynamic midfield too, with Forsberg expected to start as the attacking midfielder on number 10 ahead of them. Olmo and Nkunku should start on the right and left, respectively, with Poulsen as the sole striker for them. Again, we go with Nkunku as the guy that's probably going to cause us a lot of difficulties, and I thought he was one of the ones that was the brightest for them in the reverse fixture. He's maintained high levels of performance since then, and he's still the main creative outlet for Nagelsmann's side. Nkunku is able to play on either either wing or is an attacking midfielder, but he often roams free in the opposition half, looking to be part of all of those attacking transitions. Got 2 goals, 2 assists so far this season, creates an average of 2.31 chances per 90 from his 13 appearances so far. His passing accuracy is superior to that of his attacking teammates, giving him an 84% average, which is kind of weird for a player that plays out wide. You expect them to have probably in the mid-70s sort of range. So his is very, very high. With Leipzig needing a win, Nagelsmann's definitely going to encourage his creative players to express themselves. If you can keep Nkunku quiet, United go a long way to making this tie our own. Right then, let's have a look at my Manchester United 11 and then let's talk about how we can exploit this Leipzig side. After missing the game at weekend, I expect that there's probably some sort of injury with David De Gea, or they was thinking about resting him up completely and he should be all right for the weekend trip to Germany. But I think it's probably going to be Dean Henderson in net for this one. The back four, let's keep it as it is for now and go with Telles, Maguire, Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka. Here's where it's going to get interesting. I think Matic and Pogba both are going to be playing in this game. Obviously, Fred is absent after getting sent off last week. Bruno in the 10, let's be real. Greenwood, Rashford, and Cavani. Now, there's one player that I wouldn't be shocked to see in this game. Actually, 2 players I wouldn't be shocked to see in this game. On the right wing, wouldn't be shocked or upset if Jesse Lingard featured for Manchester United, knowing the importance of what we've got to do in this game. Also, wouldn't be shocked or upset to see Juan Mata in this game for Manchester United. Here's how you're going to win the game. There's absolutely no denying that Leipzig are good in midfield and they have an array of technically gifted midfielders in there, but they're not accustomed to being pressed in the middle of the park. Now, Bruno, for being a creative footballer, is actually pretty good at pressing. Pogba can do it too. He doesn't suit it like naturally, but he can definitely do it. And Matic actually isn't too bad with it either. Without having Fred there to do it, there's not many other players in the United squad that are going to be obvious choices to make this happen. But this is where I think someone like Mata, even though Mata's slow, he actually presses and works extremely hard off the ball, and obviously that's one of the reasons why I was thinking Jesse Lingard. It's literally his main attribute. But Marcus would do it from the left-hand side, and I would be looking for this sort of a spider's web from Rashford, Bruno, Greenwood, or potentially Matt Lingard. Pogba and Matic should just constrict that middle of the park and squeeze the life out of this Leipzig team. Now, they don't get pressed in the Bundesliga the way an English team can press them. They like to press, they don't like being pressed. It doesn't really happen that often in Germany. It certainly doesn't happen to Leipzig. And we saw last week, or a couple of weeks ago, on numerous occasions at Old Trafford where the likes of Olmo and Nkunku were forced into errors by the relentless pressing of Fred and Van der Beek. We can do that again. United need to go to Leipzig and show the same sort of energy, and we'll get the job done. When Leipzig got time on the ball, they're dangerous. But United don't need to give them the time on the ball. United can go and win the midfield battle again. I think Matic is a definite shoo-in. He can protect the defence, where I think that if it's Pogba on the back of what ended up being a fantastic second half, I get it. If it's Van der Beek because of what he likes to do, I think he can make it a successful trip. But that's where the key to this entire game is like a spider web of those 5 players, making it very difficult. And actually, Wan-Bissaka and Telles can join in on that as well. Just totally constrict that midfield and make it difficult for them to play out. And they'll give you the ball back in those areas. And we know they already play a high line. We saw getting in behind it numerous times. We can do that again. The other area to exploit them, as we've already seen numerous times at Old Trafford, they are vulnerable to the counter-attack. Leipzig's open, free-flowing, attacking style will make for an exciting game, and it certainly makes them an exciting team to watch for the neutral, but it plays into United's hands, as we saw in the home game. In their attacking build-up, Leipzig like to take risks, and more often than not, as we saw at Old Trafford, it leaves their defenders too exposed. With the sort of form that we're seeing from the likes of Marcus, Mason will be firing because he's just got a goal. Hopefully Cavani's going to be available. We don't know what the extent of his injury is as I'm recording this. So hopefully Cavani's going to get over the little knock that he's got. United can go and put an absolute number on these guys. Kanate and that has got pace to burn, and as does Angelino. But they've struggled to deal with through balls, and in particular when faced with opponents of a similar sort of speed to them, they don't cope with it well for being players that are so quick. Leipzig, I think, are going to have to be the aggressor in this game. They're going to be the ones that have to play the searching, expansive, risk-taking game in search of the win that they need to qualify. United could really profit because the pressure isn't on us. United need to sit, wait, absorb, hit them with a sucker punch, sit back, wait again, absorb. And that's where the pacey players, your Greenwood, your Rashford and that come in. And obviously be a threat from set pieces with Telles and Cavani. That's what I'm expecting in this game. That's how I think United can go and get this job done. And I believe in us. I do believe in us to go and do this. When we've got our backs up against the wall, when people aren't expecting us to do it, I think United, more often than not, manage to turn it on. That's how I'm thinking that we go and beat this team this week. Let me know in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And I'll see you in the next one. Laters.